And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Howdy folks, Darren back with you here at Cross Timbers Farm. Welcome to 8th Day Chronicles. First time all year I've had on long sleeves. We got our hay cut in the reclaimed hayfield just in time. Yesterday morning we had a heavy frost. And it's the second week of October 2023 here in western North Carolina mountains, and we had a heavy frost yesterday morning. Look out the window just as it was cracking daylight from our home, and the hay fields and the yard here at our home almost looked like it had a light snow on it. It was so heavy a frost. That was good timing for us to get our reclaimed hayfield cut and baled and get it up, so we beat the frost. Something new today for our channel. This is something been on my mind lately, and I think something worthy of discussing. And if this goes over well, we're going to start a new playlist. Farmer burnout. It's a real thing. I was doing some research on the internet, and I found that I found a lot of conflicting numbers, but and I encourage you, if this interests you, to do your own research, but it was almost like 90% of small family farms fail. Usually because folks just quit, they give up, they're done. Burnout. If you have livestock on your farm and crops and do farmers markets and things of that nature, sell hay like we do constantly in hay. Before our health issues came, we were running a micro dairy through herd shires, selling goat milk. It is a 365 day a year, 7 days a week, full-time job. It seems like you just never get a break from it. And at times you can feel a little overwhelmed. And we have thinned down because of, the main reason we thinned and cut back was because of our health issues. Me and my wife sit down, and when these health issues came along, we decided because of our health issues we could no longer carry such a heavy workload every day. So we made a real hard decision. We closed down our micro dairy. We sold off all that equipment. We transferred all of our herd of animals to other farms, micro dairies, which worked out really good, but sometimes you just have to prioritize. We took that load. Before that, we had quite a large herd of Boer and Kiko meat goat breeds, and we transferred to the dairy. It was just a heavy workload, especially once our health issues came along and caused us to have to cut back. Burnout is a serious thing. It's real. You need a break from your farm every so often. As much as I really like my time in a tractor seat, my time cutting hay, I actually enjoy that. But when you just are involved in it all the time, around the clock, you need a break from that stuff occasionally to keep burnout from happening. I've seen some statistics that like 90% of small family farms that start up fail. Now, I don't know if that number is absolutely correct. I saw several different numbers, but the one number that stuck in my mind in one article that I read was 90%. I don't know how they come up with that number, but I can believe it. People just get overwhelmed. It's like, wow, our farm budget does not allow for employees. We can't hire people to do this. We're doing this as a family ourselves, and we have no break from it. And the next thing you know, a couple years down the road, they're just exhausted, worn out. They've been involved in their farm every single day, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day for years. And and they just kind of get to the point where you just wash your hands and say, I'm done. I can't keep doing this. And one of the things to prevent burnout on a small family farm, you need some hobbies. You need to take a day every so often and get involved. Go do something you enjoy doing. Yes, you may have to go to the farm early that morning and get your livestock fed, some bare minimum farm chores done for that day. Plan these days out. Get your farm chores done early. Team up, get them done. Come in to your home and lay that farm down for the rest of the day. Go get in your fishing boat, go camping, whatever hobby you enjoy, golfing, whatever it may be. Enjoy a day doing some things that you enjoy away from your farm. It's really nice if you have some family members that maybe could step in and come by your farm. You know, a brother, uncle, aunt, somebody in your family that could come to your farm once a day and feed some of your livestock, make sure the water troughs are full, while you and your spouse, or just you, whatever the case may be, while you go get away for a day or two. Life's too short to not enjoy some things that you like, whether that be hunting, fishing, trapping, camping, motorcycling, skiing, golf, and the list goes on and on and on. Everybody has things they enjoy. Susan really enjoys soap making, but that's part of our farm income. That relates her to the farm. So I encourage her every so often to take a day and don't even go out to the farm. I'll do all the chores. You do something today that you enjoy doing. Susan really enjoys camping, and so do I. That's a hobby that we do together. And occasionally we'll take 2 or 3 days. One of our daughters will come by, who lives here in our same town, her and her husband, but her and her husband will come by the farm and take care of the farm for us for a couple of days. They don't have to do any projects. All they have to do is just make sure the animals are fed, they're watered, the fences are secure, and go. Drop by once a day. Find you a farm sitter if you have to, even if you have to pay someone for 2 days to be a farm sitter, to come take care of your farm while you and your spouse and your family get away for a day. Something been on my mind a lot lately. We are going to test the waters with a new playlist on our channel. Farmer Burnout, hobbies. You need a hobby to do. I really enjoy fishing. I love to crappie fish. I enjoy hunting and a little bit of trapping. Me and Susan love to camp. We love to boondock and go into the mountains somewhere, and occasionally maybe even a Forest Service campground somewhere. It's just to get away from the farm, and we really enjoy camping. Something we do together. enjoy your hobbies, get away from your farm a little bit. So we're going to start a playlist of hobbies, and we're going to show life of a small family farm a little bit away from the farm, some things we enjoy doing. And I encourage you to do the same. You may notice sitting here beside of me one of my favorite hobbies, traditional black powder rifles. I really enjoy hunting and just target shooting with my traditional black powder rifles. A lot the way the frontiersmen of old did. I have nothing against the newer modern inline rifles. However, I prefer the old traditional style mountain rifles. You notice I have two black powder rifles here beside of me, and I really enjoy these rifles. Black powder to me, and I shoot real black powder. I don't shoot the substitutes. Real black powder in a traditional style rifle is like a hand in the glove. I have shot substitute powders through them. Not for me. I prefer the old way of doing it. I shoot a patch ground ball out of all my rifles, and I've got a couple of them here. I just got done cleaning them. I haven't shot them in just a little while, but if everything goes well, hopefully, and the folks like this content on the channel, I'll bring you along for some shooting in a day or two. You can see the sparks and the smoke flying out of these guns, and it's just an exciting way to target shoot. So let me show you the rifles. If you enjoy small game hunting, or enjoy this, what a lot of folks refer to with a small caliber firearm as plinking, just getting in the backyard shooting tin cans or shooting paper targets at the range, I always shoot somewhere safe. A small caliber is a lot of fun to have around. I had several deer calibers, 50 calibers for some time, and I decided I wanted a small game black powder rifle. Now, if you want to add some excitement to your small game hunting, start squirrel or rabbit hunting with a black powder rifle. It will add excitement and fun back into your small game hunting. I set out on a quest to find me a Traditions Deer Hunter 32 caliber black powder rifle, and Traditions still makes a 32 caliber rifle, but and they still make the Deer Hunter model in 50 calibers. For several years, Traditions made the Deer Hunter model in a 32 caliber. They took the same platform that they had the 50 caliber and just put a 32 bore barrel and bolster and things of that nature onto the same platform, and hence it's still called a Deer Hunter, but it's in a small game caliber. I hunted and scoured the internet, all the local firearm shops, everywhere for quite a long time, and could not find one. They have not made the 32 caliber, produced it in the Deer Hunter model in several years, and they're getting hard to find. I couldn't find one, and I finally, one day searching the internet, found one at a frontier style muzzle loading shop in Ohio. So I made the phone call, got the grade of the gun. They told me this gun was like new, it was pristine, and I bought it, and here it is. This is a 32 caliber percussion side lock. in the style that of a mountain rifle style. You notice it's got the straight stock. It doesn't have the pistol grip part in the stock. It's a straight English style stock with the short forearm, and kind of in the Hawkins style that a lot of the old trappers and mountain men back in the frontier days carried. The mountain rifle, that's how it got its name, from the old mountain men that fur trapped and things of that nature. They preferred the short barrel, the half forearm stock, and the straight English style for quick handling, fast handling, able to swing on game quickly, in comparison to the old Kentucky long rifles that were really popular. And those are still really good guns and fun to shoot. A lot of those old Kentucky long rifles are as long as you are tall, maybe more so, and they can be a little bit cumbersome to handle in wooded areas, just due to their length. This little rifle was kind of finicky to develop a load for it. And what I mean by developing a load is trying different powder charges, different patch thicknesses, things of that nature, and switching those combos up to see what a gun patterns the best with. And this little rifle, once I hit the combination of 15 grains of triple F Go X with a .18 pillow ticking patch, lubed with Trapper's mink oil, and a .310 round ball, lead round ball, bingo. This little rifle started shooting lights out. Fantastic little squirrel gun. And I can buy a can of triple F powder, and only shooting 15 grains, man, one can of powder lasts a long time. And black powder is starting to get hard to find. There is so many regulations on gun shops and things selling real black powder. The ATF has just made it so difficult on these dealers and these small business owners to store and sell real black powder that it's getting hard to find. And there's a lot of misconceptions out there about real black powder, in my opinion. A lot of folks think that real black powder is very corrosive, that it fouls up your barrel a whole lot worse than these substitute powders such as Pyrodex, Blackhorn, or 777. I've shot both. I've shot the substitutes as well as the as real black powder, Go X or Swiss, and 10 to 1. I would rather clean 10 rifles that's been shot with real black powder as I would one that's been shot with the substitutes. And real black powder ignites faster. It bellows the smoke and the sparks better. That's part of the allure of shooting these guns. I just love that. And the smell of burnt real black powder, that smoke smell from real black powder is just, you go into the squirrel woods on a frosty October morning with frost on the ground and the color of the leaves changing, and you take a shot on a squirrel, and the side of that black powder smoke drifting through the timber, and the smell of that black powder burnt, and being out in God's great creation like that, it's just romantic. I really enjoy shooting traditional black powder rifles in the style of the old mountain men. The only thing that's not really traditional about this gun, it does have a rubber butt plate. It does have fiber optic sights on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it has I have a green fiber optic sight with a white bead on the front. As my age increases, I have found that my vision at a distance is still just as good as it ever was, maybe better. But my vision very close is starting to suffer, and in order for me to be able to see these sights well, I put some fiber sights on them so I could see them good. But it is a percussion cap lock. This gun was in A1 shape when I got it. It was like new. And the only thing else I've done to it, I've changed the nipple out and added a leather sling. And this gun is a pleasure to carry. It's very light. The recoil of it is about like shooting a .22 long rifle in a modern cartridge. And at 15 grains with that 310 round ball, patched round ball, this thing is lights out accurate. Out to 50 yards to take squirrels quite easily. You could up the powder on this gun to about 30 grains and probably take down coyotes and things of that nature. But to me, this is just a dedicated squirrel rifle. I really, really like this rifle. Thanks for being with us here today on the farm. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you're a small family farmer, get involved in your hobbies. Make time for them. And if you like this content, let us know. We'll bring you back with some target shooting and along occasionally with some of our hobbies. And I strongly encourage you to do the same. Again, thanks for being with us here today on the farm. I pray that God blesses you and your family. Hope you all have a great day.